Okay guys, a little course preview here. So we are racing today on the 2019 UCI World's Harrogate Circuit. If I say that wrong, I apologize. I don't like this course profile because it makes it look too easy. So we're going to come down to this one. We are doing 3 laps of this, and as you can see, it is either up or it is either down. So 3 laps of this is going to make it 26 miles or I can't remember the kilometers. Sorry about that. But yeah, this thing is going to be brutal. It's a points race, and the only segments that will count for points are this KOM 3 times, this sprint 3 times, and then at the very end, finish points. My goal is just stay with the lead group. This KOM here is going to kill me every time. So I've just got to do everything I possibly can to stay with that lead group. So that's my plan. Try to finish as high as I possibly can to get points for my team, and let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to speed this up for a little bit here because there wasn't too much action here at the beginning. But you notice at 400 meters into this race, we're already climbing. So, and I had to basically, I was thresholding above almost that entire time. My average power at the top of that first climb was over 300 watts just to stay with the front. And there is a team in this league that is from Russia, and they are just absolute beasts. So I know that a lot of us were marking them and watching them, but by the time we got over the top of the first climb, most of the people were still in that front group, didn't really expect anything to blow up until that Yorkshire KOM. It does look like we dropped a few, but most of the group was still together at this point. So right on cue at about 2.3 miles in here, you will see one of the guys in these neon yellow jerseys. That is the team from Russia. You can see him right now going off the front. 2.3 miles in, and they're already throwing attacks. So we know that we're going to have to be covering those, and they're not going to stop. So 3.3 miles now, so 2.3 to 3.3. He was able to stay off the front for about a mile, but luckily we were able to work together. Paul did a lot of work. Eric Smith back. I got on the front just for a second. We were able to pull him back in pretty quick. But, I mean, we're just barely starting this race, and we haven't even hit any of the major climbs yet. So this should get interesting because we got to do this 3 more times. So almost immediately after we caught up to the first guy that went on a break, his teammate decided it was time to go for another one. This time, though, Ben saw it coming. He was able to hook onto his wheel. I put in a little bit of a dig here, but it wasn't enough to catch up to him. Luckily, I was able to hold the gap pretty small, and it wasn't... it was another mile. I mean, they were able to hold us off for another mile. And what's crazy is we still haven't even hit the first point segment or the KOM. So all this action happening, and we haven't even started the hardest part of the race yet. Okay, so we are now finally hitting the first KOM segment, and I've hit this segment before, but I don't remember it well, and I just knew after what had already been happening that this was going to be absolutely brutal. So if you look at my power up there, I'm 400, 500 watts the whole time. I ended up averaging 405 watts for that first climb, and we whittled down the group. If you look there right next to my head, you see there's 14 or 15 of us, so we hit that thing hard. We went from 50 at the beginning of this race, and we've brought it down to 15 now. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to point here is right now we are coming up on the finish line. So there's this super steep little pitch that we're about to hit. You'll see everybody pop up their feathers actually we already popped our feathers. So everybody has had already used their feathers, and now we're coming into the finish line, but it is an uphill finish. So this was, once again, I mean, I looked at the course profile, but this was really the first time I had seen it. And in my head right now, I'm thinking, oh man, when we're hitting this thing for the finish, this is going to be absolutely brutal. Because I like to sprint, but this isn't really a normal sprint. This is a uphill sprint. And right there, you can kind of see the group that's still with us. And now we've got to do 2 more laps of this. So let's see how it shakes out. One other thing I wanted to take note of here real quick. So the dirt teams, which is the part of the team that I'm on, are all the people in the same jersey as me. So you can see there's 3 of us. And then right next to me, there's Harrison. And he's on the lasers, and they had 3 as well. And then right in the bottom corner, you see Paul. He's wearing the cow jersey, the Grazers. So I believe right here we had 3, 3, and 3. So we had even amount of, and we like to have a lot of fun internally with our team. The Grazers, Lasers, and Blazers. And actually right there, Lucy Collins, she's on the lasers as well. She was just wearing her Wahoo kit. So we had a good spread, and it was about to be a good battle for finish points. So this time we had almost made it, not quite. It's about 25% of the way through the lap without much action. But right here, once again, there goes one of the Russian guys. I knew that we had a downhill section right here, so I just knew we had to keep this gap kind of close. And as a swarm here, we should be able to catch him pretty quickly. So, but once again, I mean, I think we had kind of settled in and realized that this might be our group here for a little bit. But you can see here we caught him pretty quick. But what is crazy is I actually remember exactly what was going on in my head right now. As I eased up, you see I stopped pedaling, like we caught him, we're good to go. And next thing you know, boom, counterattack. I did not see that coming. I don't know if anybody else did, but this guy just absolutely flew. It's kind of interesting. These guys use the descents as their advantage to attack, which I'm not used to, and maybe it's just because they're a little bit bigger. They know they can use their weight to get away. But yeah, that was a good play right there. So let's see if he can stay away. So I'm not going to slow it down to talk about this part right here, but this is interesting. Watch right here. Paul on a different team goes to chase him down, and his teammate, the other Russian teammate, actually closed the gap down for them. So I thought that was a little bit interesting that his teammate kind of helped us out a little bit. We were able to catch him pretty quick. On the KOM that time, I'm just going to keep this sped up. It was not as hard, but I definitely was digging. I was suffering. You can see me leaning down on my handlebars. It was just absolutely brutal. So through that second lap, we all kind of kept that same front group together. You can see there's still 14 of us. And it wasn't until we started up that first little climb here that another move really happened. So right here, you can see there, boom, another Russian goes. He hit it so hard. I'm going to speed it up here really quick, but I just want you to pay attention to that gap and see how fast he pulls away from us. It was absolutely impressive. Okay, so I'll slow it down here for just a second. If you look down there on the bottom, you can see we're just about to descend. We still haven't hit that Yorkshire KOM. We're about probably 30% of the way through the lap, and he's already put 45 seconds into us. I think all of us were a little bit shocked that he was able to put 45 seconds into us so quickly. Okay, so here we are coming up over the top of that last climb, or the last KOM, not the last climb, because this whole course is climb. But I'm off the back. I was absolutely blown. You can see BP, Brandon Peterson right there, me, Lucy, And I'll be honest, I was about ready to throw in the towel. I saw these guys give it a little bit of a dig. They weren't too far away, and I figured, you know what? Let's give it one last shot. Let's dig it in, see if we can catch back onto these guys. Even if I can't finish strong, I want to give it as much as I can to try to catch back on. I haven't worked this hard to stay with this front group just to get dropped, even though it looks like I'm about to get dropped right here. So as you saw right there, we actually were able to catch up to the group, and then we hit that sprint, and boom, once again, we're off the bat. There's 6 of us. I'm not kidding. I mean, if you look at my face right there, I am dead. I'm thinking, dude, there's no way. And then somehow found a little bit more in me and just said, you know what, we're going to try to catch these guys again. We caught them once before. Let's do it again. We got Paul with us. We got Lucy. We got Brandon. Let's catch up to these guys and see if we can get a good finish. So once again, we were able to catch on to them with about 1.5 Ks left. There were still 2 of those Russian guys off the front. I'll be honest, I just figured out those guys are gone. We're not going to catch them. So I thought, oh man, I'm still too dead. I don't really think I'm going to be able to give it a good sprint, but I'm gonna give it my all. We've got about 800 meters left. So we're going to go down this little hill here and then turn the corner, and that's the little uphill straight into the finish line. And then it's just uphill from there all the way to the finish. So as you can tell right here, I'm laying on my handlebars. I was absolutely fried. That was such a hard race. I honestly have no idea how I was able to actually pull off the 3rd place. I don't know why I'm so stoked about a 3rd place, but I am in that. So let's check out the results here. So this is the standings for this race. I am on the Blazers. Somehow we were able to pull out the W as a team by 3 points. And then looking at our team's points, you can see that Stu, number 2 there, actually had way more points than me, even though I finished in 3rd place. So in these points races, it's kind of obvious that some of those segments are super important. But I was just stoked to be with that front group and able to finish on the podium and get the podium bonus points. So now just a quick little view of the top 8 in the league. We got the Russian team in first, the Lasers, and then my team, the Blazers. And then we got the Grazers coming in right behind that. So that's good to see all the dirt teams up top. Let's see if we can overtake the Russian team. The Lasers right now are actually tied with them. And then we're only 1 point behind. And then in behind us, in 2 points behind that, is the Grazers. So we've got 4 more races. Let's see if we can overtake them and one of the dirt teams beat the Russian team.